Just how good is Sam Morsy? Welcome back to Where Robins Walk. What an indifferent Christmas period it's been for Bristol City, losing to Preston, hammering Watford in the cup. What would you expect with Bristol City? Glad to have your company back with us. We've got Liam and Del to rule the rule over what's been a bit of a mad couple of weeks. Plus, we're looking at January transfers. We've got the A to Z of Bristol City to come as well. Plus, we're looking at the January fixtures as well. Welcome back, Liam. Hope you had a good break from talking about the Robins. What a standard Bristol City Christmas it's been, eh?
How up and down all over the place.
Yeah, what have we learned? What have we learned from this set of fixtures before we get into the FA Cup game?
We can be the good, the bad, and the very ugly. It's simple as that, really.
You've had some good results. What happened against Preston, just quickly?
We just didn't turn up. I mean, I think Preston have got to get massive credit for that. They completely nullified anything we had to throw at them. We had a complete lack of idea. I'm not buying this whole the players were tired. Everyone had the same amount of games. I just think it was another one of those off days which we've had too many of at home this season.
Yeah, Del, welcome back. What have you noticed over the Christmas period watching and travelling to all these games?
Yeah, I mean, if you break them all down, Borough was really, obviously we touched on that before Christmas. That was a really good result. West Brom away, we never normally get anything there, but that was a really good performance, especially the first half. But then the second half, we conceded a goal. We sat back, and then they hit the crossbar in the last minute of added on time, so we could have dropped points there. We then went to Millwall, and to be honest with you, we should have got something from that game. The game was there for the taking at 1-1, and we just didn't put them to bed, and then we got punished again. Where I give credit to Alex Nelly, made a couple of decent substitutions, kept targeting our left side with Borg, who was great going forward, but not great defensively. Portsmouth, we walloped them, brilliant. And then Preston, like Liam rightly said, credit to Preston because he did his homework. They pressed high from the front. They didn't allow us to play out. As soon as the ball got played into Knight and Randall, they were on us over rash. They won every first, second ball, and they just took their chances. So I mean, all credit to them. So yeah, like you said, up and down. When we're good, and then when we even getting that middle level, we're not getting that middle level and playing badly and winning. We get punished, but there we go.
We'll get on to the Watford game in a second, I promise. Let's have a look at the league table, though, shall we? I think, Liam, you're pretty much exactly where you said you expect them to be. Here we are at the halfway point now. 20 games left to play, 39 points, 2 outside the playoffs. I think you're going to do it.
Yeah, it's that old cliche, isn't it? It's now time where you take each game as it comes. I just hope we don't get ourselves in a situation where we're relying on others like we were last season. I think the biggest thing is the consistency. If we can find some consistency within our form, I think there's no reason why we can't really push, not just fifth or sixth, at the higher echelons of the playoffs, even challenge for second, because we're not a million miles from it. It's fine margins that's costing us, and it's those sort of, we spoke like Del just said then, Preston game. Both their goals came from our mistakes yet again. Poor back pass, and then Dickey giving away the ball for the second goal. It's those mistakes that are costing us at the moment, and we're seeing too many of them. So I think if we can get rid of that, we can really sort of put ourselves right amongst anywhere from second to sixth. I can see us finishing if we find some form of consistency. If we don't, I think we'll end up where we are.
Al, you've been here many, many times before as a Bristol City fan, looking at the table in this position, and many, many times it's fallen away. Do you think this squad that you're looking at it now has enough quality and depth to land itself in third to fifth or sixth?
Yeah, I think what you just touched on there about depth was really important, because what I was thinking about that last night is that with Morsy and now Earthy that's come along, and hopefully a potential striker, we've now got a real bit of strength and depth. So I think, the positive thing is, I think apart from Preston and Stoke, we've been in every game this season. even when we played badly in some games, we've created chances. Even Preston, where okay, they deserved to win, but there was one where Armstrong miskicked in front of goal at 1-0. So we still create chances even when we're not playing badly, but we've been in games. That gives me hope. I think now with with the potential of the striker, then obviously Bird might not be too far away. The key for me now is not just the goals for the strikers, but the competition. So if you look across now in midfield, you've got Morsy, who's now really breathing down Knight and Randall's neck. So those two guys have got to play well to keep their shirt. You've got Sykes and Corey on the right side, Pringborge. You've got the three centre backs. And then you've got the 10s where you've got three. You've got Earthy, Twine and Mehmeti. So now you've got competition places, and that can only bode well for the team. So hopefully that will give us that extra level. And like Liam said, it's finding that consistency and even finding a way to win when we don't play well. I think that's the other key as well. So, yeah.
Let's look at social media takes from that Watford. Again, then it was all about one man. Liam Russ says Knight, Randall are quality, but Morsy is a level above him. Above both of them. A Suited Recluse says crisp passing. He was always available, kept it simple, played the way he sees it. An absolutely great signing. Yeah, Sam Morsy. Appreciation. Lots of Ipswich fans, and you've seen in the comments, very jealous that you've landed this. Is he as good as everyone says based on what you've seen so far?
No, I'll be completely honest. I was a bit sceptical when I saw he was training with us and stuff, because I thought a 34-year-old goes back to the days of where Pearson signed Andy King. Is it just going to be a bit of a plug fill-in? And I think yesterday he definitely gave me a massive, not just a slice, he gave me a complete humble pie. What I did like yesterday is I don't think he's got quite the legs to do all the bursting around like Randall and Knight do, where they're busy bees. He's just very calm. He's like always available for the ball. If it can't go forward, he'll recycle possession. And he let Knight or Randall, when he came on for Knight, he let them jump in with the number 10s and doing the pressing. And if the balls were coming out, he was winning the second balls and the scraps. So he was almost like a reincarnated Joe Williams. He was that type of player, like just winning those battles, cheeky little fouls when needed to be. I still think sometimes we're too soft, so I think he can give us that edge. So yeah, yesterday I thought he was absolutely brilliant.
Del, do you agree?
Absolutely. I put on social media last night. I actually thought he was our man of the match, and it sounds absolutely mad when you've got somebody who's scored a hat trick. But I thought what I liked about him was he always wanted the ball, so he would drop in deep, he would pick the ball up, he would he would play it. After he played it, he moved back into space, and he like Liam said, he's probably not the most mobile around the pitch, but he reminds. Like a great Yang Molby at Liverpool, where he used to just find the space and just move into space, pick the ball up, receive it, play it, go again, play it back. And then when he does get the ball, he's always looking to try and play it forward. So it's quite a few times where he actually pointed to Mehmeti and Borge and used to say, get the ball. And he was telling them where to go. But he's always got a picture. He's always looking like he's scanning as well. So he's always looking over his shoulder. We had 4 14-year-olds who were sat next to me, and my lad and his mate sat next to me yesterday. And I said to him, and there were 3 or 4 of them that played centre midfield for their grassroots club. And I said, watch him. When he receives the ball, he has a little look over his shoulder before he receives it. So he knows exactly where he is. Even when he hasn't got the ball, he's looking when he gets it. And then he's looking for the next pass. But his knowledge and the way he just glide around the pitch was absolutely fantastic. I thought he was brilliant. And like Liam said, I think he brings that calmness. And I think there's going to be a lot of games when he gets nervy towards the end of the season, hopefully, touch wood. And he'll bring that calmness, and he'll bring that like sort of calm the anxiety. Sometimes we've been rash. He'll get his foot on the ball, and he'll keep City ticking over. So I think it's a really, really clever, shrewd signing. Really clever.
So one thing I will add to what Dale's just said: the players are already listening to him. You can see him barking out, or even Jason Knight. Jason Knight's the skipper, and you could see him barking at Knight, geeing him up and telling people to stay calm and all this sort of stuff. So you can already see they're looking to him for that experience. I do think that's one thing we have missed, and with him in there, I think he could be playing a big part for the next 6 months.
The reason I said when we looked at the table, I think you've got it, is that signing alone, plus of course Mr. Earthy's back, which of course we know from last season as well, Del. Do we need to shout out the recruitment team a little bit more than we usually do?
Yeah, I mean, the striker one still worries me a little bit because if we're going in for this guy that we're supposed to do from Borough, and Leah will know his name. Is it Boards?
Bergzog. Danilo Bergzog.
Yeah, his goal scoring
yeah.
record's not the best. So I think sometimes we tend to go for somebody, and it's difficult with recruitment. January's always a difficult window. Because you're going for a player that basically a club don't want around. So it's that's a tricky one. But going back to Earthy, I think it's a good fit. I think he obviously knows the club, obviously from last season, the fans, everything, the players, obviously. But I thought what was great yesterday was his physicality. He looked a lot stronger, so he didn't get knocked off. But he's up against some big Watford defenders, and it took him quite a long time last season to adjust. And then obviously the assist yesterday, where he just picked the ball up, just went round on a player, and then just threaded it through. Weighted pass was brilliant. So I think having that season where he adjusted now, I think we're going to see the best of him.
Some of the little bits and pieces, Liam, since we last spoke. Josh Stokes has gone to Stockport County on loan. Ollie Thomas has moved out as well. Thoughts on those?
I was surprised to see Stokes go out on loan. I did think he was going to be given a bit more of a chance the second half of the season. But with Earthy coming in, we do have you that can play in that position as well. We do have Sam Bell's come back from Wickham. I thought he had a decent game yesterday. So it probably makes sense in the long run that he's going to go and get some games, and we'll see how he comes back. I think last year he went to Cambridge in League One, was their Young Player of the Year and Player of the Season. Now he's playing for and they were in sort of the lower echelons of the league, and now he's playing for a Stockport who are pushing for promotion. So he's now getting a taste of the other side of football. So I think it'll only do good for him. I think he'll go there and play quite a lot of minutes. Ollie Thomas, he's gone to Dunfermline. We've used them for Yeboah last season. Scottish Scottish Championship, aren't they? So that'd be an interesting one to keep an eye on. So it's good that the youngsters are going out to get these minutes. It can only do well for them, I think.
Okay. Right then, 20 games to go then, Del. Starting with 4 in January. Let's have a look at what's coming up next, shall we? First of all, 2 away trips up next, Oxford and midweek. Morsy can return to Ipswich, of course, next Tuesday night. And then you've got 2 relatively more straightforward home games against what should be 3 points against Sheffield Wednesday and Derby County as well. So what we're looking at here, Dal, is a minimum out of 12 for January.
I would probably go along with maybe 7 points minimum. I think you've got to be looking at the 2 home games, Sheffield Wednesday and Derby, like you said, 6 points. Oxford's not an easy place. A lot of teams have tripped up over there. Ipswich, someone lost up there? One of the top sides lost recently, 2-1. Was it Southampton?
Yeah.
Sorry, I think lost there. Yeah.
Saints, yeah.
Yeah, and Oxford have got a new manager in there, her first home game, so that's not going to be easy. So that could be a trick. I'd probably maybe take a draw there. Ipswich, that's the tricky one. But saying that, we do tend to play well against the top sides. We should have beaten them home at Ashton Gate, especially second half of that match. So again, that could be another game where we might potentially pick up a draw. But yeah, the home games, we've got to do better with a home form, because at the moment it's flipped from last year, because obviously we were good at home and not so great away from home under Liam Manning, and then it's flipped this year where we've been better away and poor at home. So we need to address the home form. If we're going to finish in the top 6, we definitely got to address the home form.
Yeah. Does it add a bit of jeopardy, Liam, that this Saturday coming at Oxford, they've already beaten you once already this season? Obviously they're looking to do the double over you for the first time ever. But also the new manager, Matt Bloomfield, is likely to be announced in coming days and will be therefore taking charge on Saturday.
It could be one of those new manager bounce sort of things. We've got to have our wits about us. I think, like Dale said, they can be tricky at the Kassam. But looking at those fixtures, I'm going to go more along the lines of 10 points. I think we have to be for us to really cement ourselves. We've got to go and win at places like Oxford, who are towards the bottom of the table. We have to go to Ipswich and believe we can win. If we can come away with 9-10 points from those 4 games, I think that's a brilliant January.
Okay. We'll be here every step along the way with you. Get your hotels booked, ready for Wembley in May. It's gonna. I've got a feeling. I've got a feeling this year. I really have. The league itself isn't that strong, is it, Del? Let's be frank. If you want to get out of this league, this is your best opportunity, isn't it? Yeah.
Well, we said that last year, and I actually thought on paper the league was stronger this year because I thought the teams coming down were going to be stronger. But surprisingly, Southampton and Leicester. Obviously, Leicester, I think, have got a lot of financial problems going on behind the scenes. The fact they've not even got sponsorship on their shirts now. So that's a huge worry for them. So the only one really, and I think Ipswich look like they've hit in form now. I think it's time for City to step up now and show them that quality. Because like you said, when and Liam will know watching them as well, when they are in full flow, they're great. And they'll give any team a game, and they're capable of any team in that league. Mm-hmm. Like Coventry, they should have got something up there. Middlesbrough, we beaten. Ipswich, we should have won. So we're more than capable. I mean, and some of the goals yesterday, I know it was a cut match, but two of the goals.
The second goal in particular,
wonderful. Yeah, brilliant.
The second goal was beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah. If City click, they can click. So there's a lot of better. It's just the fact that, for instance, the game this Saturday is going to be a battle. We need to win those physical games, and that's the games I worry about, like your Millwalls, your Prestons, your Oxford, winning these first and second balls, and then we've got the quality of hurt teams. So yeah.
Right. I definitely advise against signing Bergsorg, by the way. He's you talk to Huddersfield Town fans and Middlesbrough fans, one of the laziest, selfish strikers you'll ever come across. I would, Mr. Chairman, if you're watching, take my word for it. Right, we're up to the A to Z of Bristol City then. If you've not been watching, we'll be doing one letter of the alphabet per one player. We're up to the letter L. So, by surname only, which player, manager, or anything connected with this great club should be in the A to Z for the letter L? Liam, what have you got for us?
I've got one of two, but the one I'm going to go for is Mark Little. I thought in our promotion season, back up to the Championship 14-15, instrumental on the right-hand side. Loved getting forward, wasn't a bad defender as well. Always available. Scored in the final of the JPT Trophy as well. So yeah, I think for the time that I've seen, I think Mark Little has got to be within a shout.
Okay. What about you, Del?
I've got two players actually that have come to my head just in the last sort of minute or so. First one, Andy Llewellyn, who probably the older listeners or viewers will sort of know. Right back that played for City for quite a few years. Really, really good. Got his promotion in 1990, I remember it well, and then Mark John Barnes out of the FA Cup game against Liverpool in '94. So yeah, he was a player. And the other guy was Leroy Lita.
Yeah, that was my other one.
Fabulous goal scorer for City. Bit of a character off the pitch as well. But yeah, he could score goals. But yeah, wonderful player.
Will the Lansdowne family be getting in if you've promoted?
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
You can't not, can you?
He'll get it. I'll tell you what, he'll get us in if he gets us a good striker. I'll tell you, I'll take him.
Okay. All right. Let us know who they've missed in the comments below, as you are all very good at doing. And if you haven't yet subbed to the channel, then why the heck not? 20 minutes of Bristol City chat. We know, as people tell us, there's longer Bristol City podcasts out there which you can listen to, but if you can squeeze 20 minutes every single week into your lives and listen to more Bristol City chat, we'd be very, very grateful as we look at the good, the bad, and the different social media takes from all Bristol City games. Thank you very much for watching. Thanks for your company this week. Enjoy the trip to Oxford. We'll see you the other side of the Kassam. Have a good week, everyone.